It's 5 o'clock on this Thursday evening, September 10th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, September 10th, 2020. It's 5 o'clock. Mountain temperature is 81 degrees and overcast skies. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening is CNN exclusive. Biden says Trump has no conception of national security. At least 7 people killed in West Coast wildfires as dangerous winds forecast to ease. Senate Republicans failed to advance coronavirus stimulus bill as stalemate drags on. Russian intelligence sectors are back. Microsoft warns aiming at officials of both parties. 28-year-old South Carolina teacher dies of COVID-19. Trump said that he feels no responsibility to understand anger of Black Americans, Woodward book says. Pfizer's latest stealthy move could help it win the coronavirus vaccine race. Trump drill and reversal could boost coastal GOP senators. Dr. Burke says to people that to get tested for coronavirus if you socialize closely over Labor Day. GOP voter registration surge in key battleground state. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio splits with Cuomo wants stricter standards for indoor New York City dining. Rage and fire breaks out in Beirut port a month after a huge explosion. Police killing sparks riots across Colombia that leaves 7 dead. Deadly hog fever found in Germany, Europe's top pork producer. Belarus opposition politician told she would be deported alive in a bit. Apple is set to open its first phone Apple Store in Singapore's Marina Bay on Thursday, its most ambitious retail project to date. Without otters, Alaska reefs more vulnerable to climate change interruptions. Child mortality down in North Korea but remains high, UN data shows. For small island nations, marine plastic cleanup is prohibitively expensive. A prominent Ukrainian religious leader who said earlier this year COVID-19 was God's punishment for same-sex marriage has tested positive for the virus. A senior South Korean intelligence official connected to the framing of the defector on aspiring charges has been sentenced to prison for leaking an undisclosed testimony. Sotheby's said Thursday will auction a 1 and 2 car flawless white oval diamond in Hong Kong next month and expected it could fetch as much as $30 million. South Korea says resuming orders of local groups registered with Seoul's Unification Ministry after a brief hiatus in August due to a new wave of COVID-19 infections. Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris will travel to Florida on Thursday, widely considered one of the most important battleground states in the November election. Cyber attacks from China, Iran, Russia target U.S. presidential election. Paratrooper dies in an accident at Georgia's Fort Stewart. Traitor to label or remove tweets try to undermine an election. The attorneys general of the 3 million states in Washington, D.C. on Thursday sued the Environmental Protection Agency, accusing them of failing to protect Chesapeake Bay. A majority of low-income parents face technology challenges of remote learning, a new Pew Research Center survey shows. Senate Democrats on Thursday blocked Republican so-called skinny coronavirus aid bill, which would have provided $300 billion in economic relief. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is becoming more common among Americans, putting them in an increased risk for heart attack and stroke, a new study shows. The U.S. Treasury on Thursday designated 4 people, including a pro-Russian Ukrainian who promoted false allegations against Joe Biden for sanctions linked to the attempted election interference. The producer price index rose a modest 0.3% in August, the Labor Department said on Thursday. Social media giant Facebook on Thursday rolled out a section of the platform exclusively for college campuses. Longtime Citigroup CEO Michael Cabral will retire after nearly 4 decades, and the first time a woman will lead a major Wall Street bank, the company said Thursday. Jim Greer said banking glass ceiling finally cracked with Jane Frazier named as next city CEO. Thousands of Georgians received $1,800 in extra unemployment benefits next week. And losing the not to the price and specs for the air electric sedan. Look at that, stocks now down 45.89 at 27.5, 34.58. SP 5 down 59.77 at 33.39.19 and Nasdaq down 221.97 at 10,919.59. NASA will pay companies to collect moon rocks for the next 4 years. Pioneering Gravity Research snacks $3 million physics breakthrough prize. The gravitational lens study hints at problems for dark matter models. COVID-19 in South Dakota, 263 new positive cases. Death toll rises 177 after cases at 2,456. As states lift restaurant restrictions, CDC report links standing out to increase COVID-19 risk. Uncontrolled blood pressure in the U.S. is getting worse, steady finds. And Idaho's first West Nile virus infections of the year identified 2 people. CTOC, an antique car show fundraiser will be held later this month to raise funds for the police department's K9 unit. Driver taken into Boston also after Norfolk crash. Taunton trio with leukemia helps raise money for his son with leukemia. As Philip Gianna has fought and beat his cancer, now he has his family wants to make sure all of his children survive the disease too. Well, the beer company wants to do building for downtown as Blackbone Brewing Company is trying to open in downtown Brockton as the latest proposal for a Nana Brewery and tap room and a new building and constructed at 121 Main Street. Brockton remains a yellow, moderate risk COVID-19 community. Prosecutor shooting in Green Street killing was fixated on victim as police, and prosecutors said Robert Bunning drove to Idaho with multiple times to buy guns with cash. Summer Storm class as a hit in Scituate. And now, sports time at 5:07. The NFL will look very different when the Chiefs and Texans kick off in Kansas City. Clay Matthews can't reach a deal with Denver Broncos but not retired, agent said. The biggest story of the 2020 NFL season isn't the pandemic, it's gambling. And tonight, Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays down at St. Pete at 6:40 p.m. Peter Children's time, 5:07. Time now for Peter Channel Traffic and Transit Check. Baby! On the MBTA subway system looking good and on the commuter rail. Break line train 7717, 4:35 p.m. from South Station is operating 15 minutes basket between Back Bay and Fort Park 495 to a switch issue. And Stoughton Line train 914, 4:35 p.m. from Stoughton is operating 15 minutes basket between Route 120 and South Station due to a switch issue. And Providence Line train 826, 4:05 p.m. from Providence is stopped after Route 120 to a switch issue and is currently 15 minutes behind schedule. And Stoughton train 7915, 4:30 p.m. from South Station is now operating 10 minutes basket between Ruggles and South doing a switch issue. And the ferries, they are doing good. Okay, let's take a look at the highways and byways in New England. And take a look at Rhode Island, where 95 on the southbound side, a little bit slow between Pawtucket and Providence, and 95 northbound side, slow on the downtown Providence area. 195 on the southbound side, low on Route 195 in East Providence. 146 on both ends of the backbound, the North Smithfield area. And Newport Bridge on the westbound side, a little bit slow. Jamestown, Sagama River, and Mount Hope Bridge is out, looking good. And 146 on both ends backbound, the North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Out in the Cape, Borden Bridge on the southbound side, a little bit slow. 20 on the northbound side, a little bit slow on the Borden Waterway. Route 6 looking good from Sagamore down to Denison, and slow on Route 6 on the westbound side from Brewster down to Denison. Route 16 eastbound side, low to Orleans. 24 southbound side, low up to 120 Canton, and then hit back in between 495 Ram all the way down to 140 out in Taunton. 120 to southbound side, so between 130 Stoughton down to 1 to Route 3 out in the Brink area, and 24 southbound so up to 120 to Canton, and then hit breaks again between 485 Raynham down to Route 140 in Taunton. 3 to southbound side, so on Derby Street in Hingham, and 7 Expressway southbound side, so between Quincy down to Brink 3, and slow all the way down to Mass Pike in Boston on the southbound side of the 7 Expressway and northbound side of the 7 Expressway, slow on the Quincy stretch. 93 both ends downtown Boston backed up at Route 1 on the northbound side, so between Boston down to the Chelsea area, and 3 on the northbound side, slope between Billwicker down the Drake and 93 on the northbound side, slope between Endover down the Bethune and 93 southbound side, so the Bethune stretch and 495 on both ends back between Endover down the Havel, 485 on both ends back between Huntington and the Barber, and 290 on both ends back to the Barber stretch and 290 westbound side, so on the Worcester area, and 190 northbound side also on Sterling, Massachusetts, and Route 2 westbound also on Fitchburg stretch and 291 southbound side, so on the Pike in Springfield and in Connecticut, 84 westbound side, also Waterbury, Connecticut, and 84 eastbound, so between Denver and Newtown, Connecticut, and Merritt Parkway eastbound, so between North and Westport, and 395 on the northbound side, also to Auburn, Massachusetts, and 29 westbound, so between 190 and Route 9 in the Worcester, and 93 on the northbound side, so Derry, New Hampshire, and Everett Turnpike, so on the Manchester, New Hampshire, 293 slow between Manchester and Bedford on Route 393 and 3 northbound side, so the Merrimack, New Hampshire, and 95 both ends back to the Northampton stretch, and 195 eastbound, so Saco, Maine, and 91 southbound, so on upstate Vermont. Otherwise, Vermont, Director Maine was out looking good. Peter Chill News Time is 5:11. Time now for a weather report. Latest on Paulette. 50-mile-per-hour winds, minimum center pressure 997 millibars, located 22.1 in the north, 50.1 in the west. The movement west-northwest at 9 miles an hour. Paulette expected to approach Premier as a hurricane early next weekend. Ocean swells forecast to spread across the southwestern Atlantic throughout the weekend. And there are no cold waters warning the effect, and increased Tristan and Premier should monitor the progress of Paulette. Please consult products from your local weather office. At 5 p.m. at Atlantic Standard Time, the center tropical storm Paulette was located near latitude 22.1 in the north, latitude 50.1 in the west, and Paulette is moving toward the west-northwest near 9 miles per hour. A west-northwest or northwest with moisture and some increase in further speed expected throughout the weekend. And max sustained winds near 50 miles per hour in the higher gusts, and some slight weakening is expected during the next day or so, but Paulette is then forecast to be strengthened as a Saturday, as Paulette is expected to become a hurricane by Sunday. Tropical force winds extend us to 2 and 5 miles an hour from the center, and estimated center pressure 997 millibars at 29.44 inches. And surf swells generated by Paulette are expected to reach portions of the Leeward Islands by tonight and Friday, and will continue to spread westward to portions of the Greater Antilles, Bahamas, Bermuda, and the southeast United States into the weekend. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and recurring conditions, and please consult with your local weather office. Okay, the latest on Renee. 5 p.m. rise with 50-mile-per-hour winds, minimum center pressure 1,000 millibars, 18.9 to the north, 36.8 to the west. The movement west-northwest at 12 miles an hour. And the latest on Renee. Expected to become a hurricane in a couple of days. And 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, the center of tropical storm Renee was located near latitude 18.9 in the north, longitude 36.8 to the west. And Renee is moving towards the west-northwest near 12 miles per hour. And this general motion is expected to continue throughout Friday, followed by a turn toward the northwest on Saturday. Max sustained winds near 50 miles per hour with higher gusts and relative strength is forecast during the next 48 hours. And Renee is expected to become a hurricane by Saturday, and tropical force winds extend up to 70 miles per hour from the center. And estimated center pressure 1,000 millibars of 253 inches. Disturbance number 1. A large area of tornado showers and thunderstorms centered around a couple of hundred miles east of the central Bahamas is associated with a surface trail of low pressure, and this system is forecast to move westward across the Bahamas and Florida on Friday and moving into eastern Gulf of Mexico and over the weekend. And upper level winds are expected to become conductive for development, and a tropical depression could form while the system moves slowly west-northwestward over the eastern Gulf of Mexico very early next week. And formation chance of 4 hours, low 10%, formation chance of 5 days, medium 40%. Surge number 2 and number 12, low pressure is over the north central Gulf of Mexico, and is produced in a future surrounding showers and thunderstorms, and some slow development of this system is possible while it moves westward and then southwestward over the northern and western Gulf of Mexico early next week. And formation chance of 4 hours, low 10%, formation chance of 5 days, low 20%. And for the service number 3, tropical wave is located a few hundred miles southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands, and is produced in surrounding showers and thunderstorms and gradual development. It is system is forecast, and a tropical depression is expected to form by this weekend or early next weekend, while the system moves slowly westward across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. And formation chance of 4 hours, medium 6%, and formation chance of 5 days, high 9%. Meanwhile, closer to home, we're contending with our own line of showers and thunderstorms searching the line from Stamford, Connecticut, all the way down to Springfield, Massachusetts, and another patch of showers and storms from Worcester, Mass, up to Lowell, Mass, and up to 7 New Hampshire and on northeastern Massachusetts and the 7 portions of Maine, and up to the Maine coast and another patch of showers and thunderstorms from the Nantucket all the way down the eastern Cape and Chatham, and showers and storms southwest of Martha's Vineyard. Okay, showers and accidents thunderstorms across the area this evening with local area downpours are possible. A cold front moves across much area by tonight with dry conditions beyond the front. The front moves offshore Friday and high pressure brings dry and cooler weather front Saturday. Another cold front will bring around the showers and possibly a thunderstorm late Sunday and Sunday night, followed by warm and drier conditions on Monday. High pressure builds on Tuesday with a cold and dry weather, followed by a progressive warmer trend Wednesday and Thursday. And near term until 6 a.m. Friday morning, and showers tonight with a few thunderstorms possible. Localized downpours could produce urban and poor drainage flooding and cold front moves back much of the southern New England with dry air up to midnight across the interior. Found mid-level tropics from onto eastward parts of Quebec and northern New England with region building to the western Great Lakes. At the surface, we have a cold front will slowly push past southern New England from northwest to southeast overnight, and by daybreak Friday, the front should be situated near the south coast of New England and Cape Ann. Under the front moves past the area, we will still be under the influence of tropical moisture plume with precipitable water 2+ inches across the southeast to a third of the region, and some may have enough will keep in place with a few thunderstorms parts of the frontal passage as well. Rain, frequent and thunderstorms will be locally heavy rainfall will localize urban and poor drainage flooding possible. Chance for rainfall across the interior come to an end after midnight with a backend rain showers reaching right on southeastern Massachusetts around daybreak Friday. Expecting some areas of fog to develop this evening with an improvement visibly beyond the front and low temperature range in the mid-50s and mid-60s. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. Showers are supposed to be a thunderstorm for the night, mainly after 1 a.m., then a check the showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., measuring fog up to 11 p.m., low around 63 degrees and southwest with about 5 to 9 miles per hour, becoming west after midnight, chest pitch is 80%. The rain amounts between a quarter and 9 minutes possible for Friday. Slight check the showers before 9 a.m., then a patch of fog before 9 a.m. was mostly cloud skies, curving sun sky at 70 degrees and north from about 7 to 10 miles per hour, chest pitch is 20% for Friday night. Mostly clear sky about 50 degrees and calm wind for Saturday. Sun sky about 68, low 51 degrees. East wind about 5 to 8 miles per hour for Sunday. Mostly clouds about 75, calm wind coming south around 5 to 8 miles per hour in the morning. Sunday night, check showers between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. Mostly clouds about 62 degrees and south about 3 to 6 miles per hour, chest pitch 30%. And for Monday, partly south sky about 78, low 51 degrees and west wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour for Tuesday. Sun sky about 65, low 46 degrees, north wind about 7 to 9 miles per hour, and for Wednesday, sun sky about 72, low 54 degrees, calm wind coming south around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon, and for Thursday, sun sky about 77 degrees, and right now, Norton it's 79 degrees of partly skies. That's giving me for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this September 10th, 2020 on Thursday evening. I'm Peter J. Woods. Hope you have a good evening and goodbye. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. See you at 10 for a 10 o'clock report. Hope you have a good evening.